Okay, the following is a quick instructional video on how to correctly set up PCDJ VJ for your video and your sound. Let's go ahead and open up PCDJ VJ. And as it opens up, we can quickly go to the Setup tab. And this is the basic default setup for VJ. Inputs is none, outputs is single output. Your sound card is simple, and your sound card will either be the primary sound driver, which in this case is the Realtek onboard sound card that I have on my laptop here. So let's go ahead and load in a couple of tracks here. Now to load, you can either simply double click on a file, or you can take it and drag it up into the waveform display. Don't drag it in here because you won't get anything unless you have the linked video function on it. You need to drag it up to the waveform display. And if we click play, of course we get sound coming out of my stereo speakers. Okay, now what if you have a multi-channel sound card such as a gigaport? Well, that would be a little bit different setup. So let's go ahead and plug in our external sound card here. Now the main thing that you have to do is you need to exit VJ because it only scans hardware upon setup or upon when first launching. So let's go ahead and close out of VJ and we'll open it up again. Okay, we're going to go back to the Setup tab. And this time, since we're going to be using a multi-channel sound card, will normally give you access to an external mixer. That's the point of having a multi-channel sound card. So inputs will still say none. Outputs, however, we're going to change to an external mixer. And we're going to change our drop-down box to a 4.1 card, which is what the gigaport is. And as you can see, the gigaport is now connected. Left deck is front output, right deck is rear output. The reason why that we give you this option is because, say you're in the club and you have them switch backwards. Well, you can always change them real quick instead of having to go to the gigaport and actually physically changing the lines out. So this is a nice feature. So front output would be would be the right deck. The rear output would be the left deck. Let's go ahead and load a song now. And as you can see, I have it hooked up to an external mixer. And you can hear it playing. Now here's the one piece of trouble that a lot of people don't realize is that when you exit VJ and you're done with your gig and say you want to hook your sound card, and we're at home and we open up VJ again, it's going to give you an error because it basically remembers what your last setting was. And since that sound card is not plugged in, this is why I'm getting an error in a sound driver of DirectX. And if I load a song, since VJ is not connected to the sound card, it will not play. Now to play, if we don't have that sound card connected, all you have to do is go to the sound setup and simply revert back to your original. Click OK. And now the song will play. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, now for the video setup. Let's go ahead and click on Setup. And we're going to go to the Video tab. Okay, at this point we have the video set up to activate on load. However, it is going to straight a window. This would be running VJ in what's called software mode. So I'm going to go to my videos here. And I'm going to load up a video. And as you can see, a little box will open up, and this is your window mode. Okay, now that's all fine and dandy, and if you have your computer set up in extended desktop mode, you could theoretically move that box over. However, there is a much better way to run VJ, and that is, of course, in hardware mode, in which it will actually use the hardware acceleration on your video card. Now, if you've watched the tutorial on how to extend your desktop onto a second monitor, you'll have a second option here in the Video tab, which is when you hit the drop-down box, that is your video output on your video card. This is the preferred method of running VJ in. So let's go ahead and select that and click that up. And notice that drop-down window box is away. However, I can see this on my external monitor and it looks much better. Much better. So that is the preferred way of running VJ. Now the other part about this too is if we exit VJ and we're at home in front of our computer and we don't have it set up in extended desktop mode, you will receive that same error. It'll say error in video card driver when you try to open up VJ. This is just a reminder that you don't have it set up in extended desktop mode and that VJ, of course, cannot access the hardware output, in which case you'll have to go back to the video tab, change it back to a window, and then reload your video files for you to be able to see them. And then you'll be able to look at them on your regular machine again. And that's pretty much how to basically set up sound and video in PCDJ VJ.